Well, good morning, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings and into my fun red kitchen. I'm glad y'all came in today to visit. I just made tea. I do that every morning. Got plenty of glasses and lots of ice. So if y'all are thirsty, I'll make you. I even have lemon today to go in it. I'm just going to make some pinto bean soup, and I've already showed y'all how I do the charo beans. But this is going to be more like a soup, and I'm going to put a lot of stuff into the beans. So I'm going to show y'all my little get ready counter here, and then we'll get the beans cooking, and I'll bring you along for this good, it's going to smell wonderful, this good dish today. Okay, y'all, you can see all of my stuff that's here, my red and green bells, my chili peppers, onion and garlic, my can of diced tomatoes that I'm going to add in, onion powder, garlic powder, there's my beans, my beef consomme, and I've just got some water here just to add to it, because you want to cover your beans an inch or two in water, and then you have to watch them and stir them ever so often, because you want to keep them covered in water, but you don't want to keep adding a whole bunch of water at one time and dilute your broth down. So you need to watch that. And when the beans get close to getting done and you can tell they're soft, mash some of them up against the side of the pot a little bit, release some of their starch, and that'll thicken your juice and makes it so very good. So I'm just going to move the camera, and y'all can see me putting everything in the pot with the sausage, and we'll get this pot of bean soup going so I can enjoy some after a while with some cornbread. Okay, and I'm going to cook this just over a medium low fire for right now, and then I will probably cut it on down to a simmer. I'm going to add in my garlic and onion right now, and a few peppers. May go ahead and jump in there, I don't care. I was just going to add them after I put some liquid, since they're freeze dried and they're dry. Then I'm going to add my beans, and what I like to do, I like to add the beans in before I do the liquid, and just kind of cook them just a little bit, just stir them around in the pot. A friend of mine, I think I told y'all this, that worked in a lunchroom, said that they do this, it gets them heated through and begins the cooking process, and the cook time is less. So I'm going to get these heated good, then I'll add some liquid and the seasonings, and I'll put the lid on them and let them start cooking. Okay, I've got everything good and hot, and I'm going to add in my beef soup. Add in enough water to cover it good. That was 4 cups of water. And for right now, that looks about right. But now, I'm using some freeze-dried vegetables, so I know that I'm going to have to add some more liquid here in a little bit. This is my garlic powder and my onion powder that I told y'all about. I'm just going to add a few cranks of pepper. A few hundred. And again, my pepper grinder came from Sur La Table, and I love it because of the crank mechanism rather than twisting one of the others. If you're not familiar with it, it looks like Sur La Table, and you can order online if you wanted to get you one. And they have different colors, but guess what I picked? I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt in here to start with, and that'll probably be enough, but if it's not, at the end I'll adjust the flavor. Now I'm going to add in my red bells and my chili peppers and my green bells. Then I have a can of red gold chipotle diced tomatoes. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so good. That sausage is going to give it a good smoky flavor. And the chilies will give it some heat, and everything else will just give it flavor. Now, because my meat and everything that's in here is either safe to taste raw or it's cooked meat, I'm going to taste it. That's delicious. Okay, y'all, I've got the camera tilted down so you can see my pot. My beans they're simmering, but guess what I remembered that I had out in my pantry? I had a jar of Hatch peppers that I freeze dried. So I'm going to put just a handful, which is about 1/4 of a cup, pieces of these Hatch peppers in here. They're smoked. HEB gets them in every year and they smoke them, roast them. And I bought 2 different times, 25 pounds, and peeling off of them and freeze dried them. So I wanted to add some Hatch peppers to this, and this is going to make it smoked Hatch pepper bean soup. It's going to be yummy. That's just going to add a different little bunch of flavor to it. And now that it's boiling really good, I'm going to cut it down to a simmer and just let it simmer for a couple of hours. And I promise I'll bring y'all back, see if you can do some smell-o-vision and see what it's like. Okay, y'all, here's our pot of bean soup. You can see some tomatoes and some peppers. Oh my goodness, it smells like a smokehouse. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. And here's our bowl all dished up. Waiting on some cornbread to get done, and I'm going to have a bowl of beans and cornbread. Yes, I am. Okay, my sweet friends and viewers, thank y'all for coming in today and watching everything and learning how to make bean soup. Let me just tell you, you can't hardly beat pinto beans, and when you put sausage and peppers and all the good stuff in, it's yummy. I hope that y'all try this. If you had never cooked pinto beans at home, it's an economical meal. And you can spice them up or just have them more, just cook them with some bacon or smoked meat like that. They're really, really good, especially with some cornbread, folks. I hope y'all are learning some recipes and some methods from watching, and I hope it's making a difference in your family life, in your home. I hope that you're putting good meals on your table, whether you call it dinner or supper, or whether it's for lunch or even breakfast. Just gather the family around and hug them and give them your attention and make some good memories. Give them some good rules to live by, some good advice that will work in this crazy world we live in. They're not getting good advice anywhere else. Somebody is going to fill your children's head with thoughts. You can put good thoughts there, or you can let other people do it, and I can promise you it's not going to be much good thoughts going on in the world we're making it in. So y'all try to do your part to make the world a better place for your family and everybody else. Because what we're doing with this generation is determining what our future is going to be. Now the good Lord bless y'all and keep you. Don't forget to give Him some thanks for what He's done for you. And y'all come right back here to this kitchen tomorrow and we'll have something else good to eat.